So we're going to start our morning with a song called Butterfly Woman. So we want to share this song just for the symbolism of transformation and beauty of what came from this meditation album. We want to honor that. So the words we're saying in Cree is
Kama is squel. Kama butterfly woman. And thank you for inviting us, and all the people have joined in. So let's speak well, sing well, and have a good discussion this morning. Hey. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you for starting us off with that beautiful song. So, waciston and my name is Terry Sunjins, and I work here at MacEwan University, and I'm from Sadly Cree Nation. I'm also a co-host on Two Crees in a podcast that Amber and I started last year, right after COVID, that speaks to, that invites Indigenous voices with us and sharing space. And so I'll let you introduce yourselves and then we'll move along. Awesome. My name is Amber Dion and I'm from the Kihêw and Cree Nation here in Treaty 6 territory. I'm a mother of two and I am an assistant professor with MacEwan University School of Social Work. And like Terry said, the other Cree in the pod. So I'm thankful to be here today and I'm really excited about this project. So good morning. Thank you. So one of the things that I wanted to start is sharing a little bit about the vision for this album. Again, the conversation started when I reached out to Darlene Auger in regards to this idea that I had going into COVID. I was utilizing a lot of different meditation albums online, free apps, and seeing just using those at night and knowing that we were in the middle of a pandemic, trying to find some wellness resources as well for our students. There was little. Actually, I didn't find anything that was specific to a nehiyaw meditation album. And that's where this vision came from, was how can we create a wellness resource for Indigenous folks in this area? A wellness resource that included song, that included spoken word, that included the language, was really important. And so I reached out to Darlene, and I know that she's recorded albums previously, and I know that, you know, I'm familiar with her work, and we've done a number of projects together. And she had the same vision, and this was something that she was very excited to do. We waited a couple months, and we started this project in the fall. And we didn't even know what it may look like. And so we started reaching out to community folks who we knew we wanted to be a part of this journey with us. And then we moved into recording in February. And so today the album does launch. We are very excited. It was a number of months where there was a lot of work that went into it. And I think that, you know, part of this is being able to do this with our community artists and folks who we're gonna introduce here and ask them to share with us the songs that they shared on the album, share with us what they shared, and if it wasn't songs, their part in that album, and the stories as well that may go with those. And so I want to first allow each of you to introduce yourselves and the best way that you choose to. And we'll start with Leo and Priscilla.
Good morning. Priscilla McGilvery, Nisigatan. My maiden name is Quinny. My Cree name is, I still got to say it the right way, and I don't want to mess it up. So my Cree name is the one who sings with the wind. And we're from Saddle Lake, so I'll speak on my behalf, and I won't speak for him. Sometimes that happens. I speak for him all the time. So yeah, and I am just happy to be here. I work with Blue Quills University. I teach in the social work program and also in the developing our Indigenous psychology degree program. So I'm excited about that. I enjoy teaching because, especially teaching with foundational knowledge of our Indigenous ways and being in that space. And I just love it. And I'm continuously learning, all the time learning. So that's what I'm grateful for today. And this album, I'm so grateful and honored that we were asked to sing, to bring forth some songs to this album. in any way that we can bring our songs to help and heal, help in the healing process for our people is what we're there for. And being able to contribute the songs is our way of giving thanks to our ancestors, our creator, our grandmothers and grandfathers for bringing the songs to us so we can share them with our people, with our families, with anyone who wants to bring celebration or healing into their lives. So, hi, hi.
Hi, hi. Thank you. Thank you, my love, my friend. Yeah. Just thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And this morning I drove our grandson to school and thinking about what to say. And as you all know, I love to sing. We love to sing. And when we got asked, it was a big honor. Thank you. Thank you for you guys for doing this, and all the people who sang and people who were put this together. Thank you. And it's something that I myself imagine that too. I come from a big family, as you all know, a McGilvery family from Sad Lake. Just grateful, and I'm grateful that the songs are helping. The songs in this album are going to help. They're going to help people. Trust me, it will. And years ago, when I started to create these songs, I wondered where they're going to go. You know, and I love to sing. I never knew these songs would go that far. And I was sharing something yesterday, the other day, with one of my buddies. And you guys know about the grandmother song and how it came to me. But a lot of people don't know this. About 2000, what year was the Olympics in Vancouver? 2010, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2010. There was a call out for songs quite a few months before that. And they had chosen the grandmother song as one of them, and a song from the West Coast and a song from down east. And they were played. It was called Carrying the Fire. And they asked our permission to be sung up there in all the venues. I said, wow. And I thanked the great grandmother and the great grandfather for that song. It was come to me through a grandmother. But a lot of people don't know that song was played through all the venues in Vancouver during the Olympics. So I'm grateful for that. But hi, and I never thought I would get emotional regarding the songs. And that's a good thing, because these songs and the meditation will help with that. I know that. And hi.
Hi.
Thank you for that introduction. And I think that that's part of this. You know, I've been able to listen to the album and go through it, and both of us. And I think I've also shared it with Amber on the keynotes here. But I think that one of the things is that it moves, you know, and we know that song has spirit, and we know that it changes and heals us and moves things in us. And I think that's the beauty of this album, is that it's gonna help people out there in different ways. And so I thank you. I'm gonna hand it over to Jayda Gadwa to introduce herself.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay. Danse ogamawatik esqueo nitigasan kinakamasik otinia. My English name is Jayda Gadwa, and I'm from Kihêw and Cree Nation. My parents are Cindy and Clyde Tatusis and Sheldon and Brandy Young Chief. I am a mother of one, and I am currently a student at the Blue Quills University, and I am very grateful to be here And, you know, it was an honor to be asked to sing on this album and an honor to be asked to be here today, but I'm kind of nervous. And yeah, hi.
Thank you, Jayda. So we'll move on to Muriel.
Good morning. Petamang Gadwan, enâtawâstemikweyahk, kutakisagaw, isawim gosia, pimatisuin, tawaskawito tama, isagaskitaya, kitapimitsahama, kohtawi now, oya suyawen, kagikoya tastamagoya, pa my wish, and I say noa, eosehat. May nakihtiayak mana kipihtawagik. Pagupitamatak kui nehiyaw uhtsitaw kapihtagoya ksemanto kipikskwiwinno hapasistaya ekse ninanaskomun nista uta iwichihta soyan ndotimtik Leo and Priscilla Mista he nte uhtsekinanaskum nawaw Kigats tahtogisigaw nintohtin anima kinigamunuaw akameymok. Stahik kinanaskom nawaw. Minugais uskay sinuak iswaskawista kik. Ewe kakuy kiwitota kik. O nehiyaw. So again, good morning. Good morning. And thank you for the privilege and the honor to support your project, your very important project. When I was asked to be involved with this project, I questioned myself. Can I do this for the people? Do I have the wisdom, the empathy, and so on, that it requires to move people from one state of being to another, to empower, to inspire, hey? You know, so many things I could say to you, young people, I'll say, even Leo and Priscilla, I still refer to them as young people. No, but they're not allowed to act like that too much. But I always hoped that somehow we would reach a point where we would just say, let's just go claim what is ours. Let's go claim our languages, our songs, our ceremonies. And I look at young people differently now than I did years and years ago. I see you as the generation that will go back, not go back in time, but to the culture that was designed for us in Turtle Island. I'm very happy that you selected this method to inspire people. Your generation. You need to support that, and that takes strength. That takes strength, incredible amount of faith. But you know, the blessings, I don't really know how to say sawim gosuin in English. Sometimes if you know it, Priscilla, you get a hold of me and you guys tell me. Maga, ay tapskots, tasawim gositsik, uma kawaskawito takik, namoya kunta, oma kay tutahkik. Pakita kitim gusnaw tansitis was kawitutama pimatisuin. So I really don't know how to explain what I just said, except that at times, I think certain people are chosen to do certain tasks. And those people usually can handle their egos. Okay? They can handle their egos so that they can do the work that's required of them effectively. And so I'm just really happy to be part of this project. When I think back a few generations, those generations that were taken to that schoolhouse, those children that were taken forcibly from their homes, those children whose spirits and whose core makeup of their humanity was changed negatively. It takes strong people to heal that, to heal those wounds. And I used to work with this clinical psychologist. He was a Jungian practitioner. I would sit with him for hours and just talk. And he would explain to me how song, dance, story will change the psyche. It will change the spirit. And so that's why these singers are so important to this process, that they too were chosen to be part of this. So I'm just really thrilled. I thank you for asking me to help you. Sometimes other people have more trust in us and faith in us than we do in ourselves, hey? And so I am really grateful. And I hope somehow, someday, we get to do another project. But I trust our future, knowing people like you are on the path. I trust that our culture, there'll be further cultural reclamation, stronger First Nation people to raise strong children, because what we do today impacts generations down the road. And you know what? I think I talked too much already. I'll stop. Hi. And by the way, my Indian name is Rainbow Blanket Woman. And I'm Cree and part Ojibwe and Danisa. And I like to thank all of you. And Priscilla, no wonder you can sing. You have a name like that. Hi.
Thank you for that, Muriel. And you know, I could sit and listen to you. Me and Amber can sit here and just, you know, listen to the words that you're sharing with us and our listeners. I remember when you came into that recording studio, and I remember, you know, majority of us recorded in 1 to 2 takes that day. You know, I know that these pros, Leo and Priscilla, it was one take and they were done. But you know, Muriel came in, and it was important that we had Muriel share with us a prayer in this album. And it was at the beginning and again, like Muriel, it was one take with her pieces that are in this album. And I remember me and Darlene, and I'm not sure who else was sitting in that back room, and we could hear her on the speakers, and the emotions that came from that, knowing that, wow, this is happening, this feels right, this feels good. And then the way the day just went. Like, I think at the end of the day, Amber came in to the recording studio as well that day to join us. But all of us, you know, sharing at the end of that night, just how full we felt, how full of love and peace and just this goodness to be able to sit in that space and listen to one another. Was just, it's something that I can't describe, and it's something that I'll remember forever. And so I thank you for that, Muriel, and for opening our album in that way as well. And yeah, is there anything that you would like to add, Amber? Sure. I, like Terry said, I was getting the cuts on the kihêws, and and I was very blessed to be a part of that day. I wasn't there when Muriel had prayed, but I have met Muriel before. And I remember the time that I did meet Muriel, it was here at MacEwan. And I'll always forget I will never forget how gentle Muriel is. And the way that I felt very relaxed and at peace around Muriel. And I think that what Muriel just spoke about around you know, doing the work without ego, I think was really perfect, because all of the folks that were involved in this project, like Terry said, that day just went so well. And it is because the folks who were part of this team came into it with love and with that pureness in their heart of just wanting to do something really beautiful for the people. And so I just want to acknowledge all of you and the work that you not only have done for this album, but that you do in your life every day. You know, when Leo was talking about songs and where his songs have gone, and I remember when I was in Blue Quills doing all of my post-secondary, and I remember being in classrooms in my social work diploma, and Leo and Priscilla came in and they said, you're going to learn songs. That's part of this program. And I remember being pregnant with my oldest daughter, and we got to record those songs on the little tape recorders. Back then, I aged myself there, but that's okay. And
I'm gonna sing a song.
no, can you? What did you learn? No, I'm not singing them right now. Our listeners are here. You better show them that you remember. I do, and I think that Leo, like what you said about where your songs go, your songs went to my baby, right? My babies, and my babies now sing your songs, and hopefully their babies will sing your songs, and that those babies will then, you know, and I think that, you know, when I think about even Jayda, you know, and Jayda's close to my oldest girl, and my oldest girl knows, you know, some of Jayda's songs and sings them, you know, all the time. And I think about how y'all who have the gift of song, or the gift of prayer through song, and I think about how our younger ones are taking notice. Our younger ones are wanting to sing those songs, and they are singing them, whether they're singing them by themselves in their bedrooms or on stages. It doesn't matter where they sing them, as long as they're singing them. And so I just want to show gratitude to all of you, and also to my friend here, when she spoke about this album, I got really excited because I'm also someone who loves to meditate. And when she spoke about what the plan was, I couldn't wait. I was so excited, and I still am very excited. And so I want to show gratitude to my sister here for the hard work that she has put into this project, and for, I know, the countless amount of hours and the time and the consideration that she has also put into this as well. So I want to show some gratitude to all of you. Hi. Thank you. All right, so as we move along, I'm gonna go to Jayda, and maybe Jayda, if you want to share with us one of your songs. And if you want to, it's up to you how you want to do this. So if you want to share one of your songs, sing it first, or if you want to share with us what that song means, we will leave that up to you if you want to do that before or after.
I'll share kind of a little story behind the song that was composed by Leo. In 2015, I was asked to be head young lady at North America's biggest powwow, Gathering of Nations, the year of 2016. And, in the powwow circle, that is like one of the biggest honors, one of the greatest honors. And I had 1 year to prepare for that. I wasn't sure on what I wanted to do, so I sat with Nukum Lillian Gadwa, and she asked me how I wanted to do my special, and I told her that all I knew was that I wanted to have an all-white shawl special, and then we came up with the idea to honor the MMIW, Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women, and we thought of the idea for all the fancy dancers to wear white skirts and shawls, and my family were to wear their red outfits and or a red ribbon skirt. And then me and my kukum talked about getting Leo McGilvery, asking him to compose a song for me to sing, before my special, to honor all missing and murdered Indigenous women. And I remember we had invited him to our family sweat, and I had gifts prepared, tobacco, and I don't remember if it was after or before, but I had offered him those gifts and that tobacco to compose that song, and we explained to him how we wanted to use it, what we wanted to do with it. And it wasn't long after that he sent my dad the recording, and it literally wasn't long after, I don't even remember, maybe a few days or a week. And we all took the time to learn that song, and we were so excited. I was so excited. I was nervous, but I was excited to share that song. And then, eventually when the time came, leading up to an hour before, I was so nervous. I was so nervous to be singing that song in front of thousands of people. But I wanted to mention that, before I sang that song, I shook the rattle 4 times to ask the grandmother spirit to, come there and pray with me and sing with me, because I was nervous, I was shaking. And, the announcer asked the crowd to follow me as I turned to each of the 4 directions. And, during that song, I think I was about the second start in. I could hear, an old kukum singing with me, and it was so clear. It was so clear, I could hear her right beside me. And, I was you know, I was thankful for that. But at the same time, I was like, wait, like while I was singing, I'm like, you know, are my family singing with me? Because it was so quiet. You know, you had to have been there to experience that emotion that went through that whole building. It was so quiet, you know, everyone felt the song. And when I was done, I asked my family, I asked my mom if she sang with me. And she said, no, it was just you singing. Like I was just praying that, you know, you finish strong. And yeah, I was very, you know, grateful for that. I was shocked. And yeah, the English words to the song, I'm pretty sure our spirit woman bless our woman. Am I right, Leo? Okay. All right. Hey, 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 ho, 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 hey, 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 ho, hey, 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 ho, ho, okay, say go, hey, 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 so I'm okay, it's ho, ho, hey, 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 ho, 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 hey, 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 ho, hey, hey, ho, again, say go, it's well, hey, 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 so I'm okay, it's well, ho, ho, hey, 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 ho, 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 hey, 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 ho, hey, hey, ho, again, say go, it's well, hey, 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 so I'm okay, it's well, ho, ho, hey, 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 ho, ho, hey, 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 ho, hey, hey, ho, again, say go, it's well, hey, 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 so I'm okay, it's well, ho, ho, hey, hey.
That was beautiful, Jayda. And I remember I was there when Jayda sang, and again it was in this big, you know, arena stadium, and the energy that was in that place was amazing. And I think that, you know, even as I remember looking up because I was on the ground, and I remember looking up and watching as everybody in the stands were turning with her, and it was beautiful. It was again another beautiful moment. So I'm gonna move it over to Leo and Priscilla. If you want to share one of the songs that will be on share one of the songs with us and share with our listeners as well story to that song.
Thank you, Jayda. The song was so beautiful.
Yep.
I just want to share something that she said that we totally understand is when she said she could hear an old kukum singing with her. We know that experience. You know, we often hear a woman singing with us when we sing, because when we sing, we pray. You know, it's all about prayer and spirit, and they come and help. Sometimes when we have to sing for some ceremonies and there's a lot of singing, we'll pray and ask them to come and help us, and they do. They help us keep our voices strong and to keep going. And we really believe that because we've experienced the powerful healing connection to our ancestors when singing. So I totally understand what you're saying, Jayda, when you heard the old kukum.
Yeah.
And there is a kukum in that sits in one of the directions, and she's the one who sings, and we call on her to come and help. I just want to share something too, with, as Jayda was saying when she said, and it only took a matter of days for Leo to come with this song, right? I want to share something too, because I was just reading this yesterday. This book that was developed by Dr. Leona Makokis, Ralph Boder, and they did a project, and it's called Growing a Child. And I was just reading through this yesterday, and there's one part here where, just as Jayda was saying, I'll just read it real briefly here. It says, through our work on other projects at the University of Blue Quills, we have a relationship with Leo McGilvery, a nehiyaw man well known in the community for his spiritual connections to the ancestors through song. We met with Leo to talk about song, and he shared his teachings about songs and truth with us. During these conversations, Leo echoed what Reg said about songs carrying truth, and that songs received from the ancestors guide the search for wisdom. We offered Leo cloth and tobacco. With protocol established, we asked for a song from the ancestors that would give us permission, assistance, and approval during our wisdom-seeking process. That song, as Reg suggested, would give us validity and credibility in our wisdom-seeking. Within 2 days, the ancestors, through Leo, gifted us with our song, which you can hear in the Leo song video. So the main phrase of the song is "Biwitsinan ugisigu," come help us, spirit. Indicates the support of the ancestors in our wisdom seeking. In this Indigenous universe, the song is not only our request to the ancestors, but also our wisdom seeking guide. So we learned that always in ceremony, we learn to be able to sing. And through the song from the ancestors that Leo brought within 2 days was the song we used for this project. So I remember that when he was gifted the protocol, and he was within 2 days. So Jayda, yes. And I just want to share the songs when they come through in prayer, and they come through mostly from the grandmothers for Leo. And when a song is coming, I'll know, because every day he's always singing. You know, he's either tapping or something all day, even if he's in front of the TV watching hockey or something. That's just him. And I know a song is coming. So sometimes it'll take like a matter of a day or two. Sometimes it takes a while. So when a song is coming, sometimes he'll get up maybe 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And I'll wake up and he's not sleeping. And I could hear him in a living room, you know, singing and I said, okay, a song is coming. Okay, Gookums, help him with the song so he can get back to sleep now. That's just a little story I wanted to share about our experience with with connecting to our spiritual grandmothers and grandfathers, and how they come through and work through the dreams, and either dreams or when we're working in circle with people, how these songs come. And we hold a real deep respect for them because we know where they've come from, and we're guided by them with where we're supposed to sing them and where we're supposed to share them, and share them with people, to share them with others, right? So I just want to share that little piece.
Thank you. And then with Jayda, that question, and how long after when you guys did the protocol, guess what? 2 days. 2 days after. And some songs, like she said, take a while. And I'm really grateful you sang that song. Keep singing it. It's going to help families. Thank you. And the song, I guess we'd like to sing. For me, what's coming to mind is
The one from our seat, or
the latest one.
the songs that came fast. Yeah.
This song really came to me this fast, just not long ago. We were getting ready for something. I don't know what we were going to do. Something.
No, we were just at home here before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we're getting ready to do a Zoom presentation. Was it?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
No, we were just at home.
Okay, now we're going to argue. No, I said no.
And then there was a song coming, and then he started singing it, and I'm coming to the kitchen. I said, let's sing it. So we started singing it, and he goes, let's share it on Facebook Live. I said, well, this is the first time where we only knew it in 10 minutes. He said, okay, let's just do it. So it was in December, and before Christmas, we're feeling people needed to hear a song of strength, and we wanted to share that with people. So that's an example of how a song just came. And the first we just sang it right there live without really practicing, and it came through beautifully. So it was meant to be, and we believe that was meant to be shared. And then we shared it also with the meditation album, and it's called Agame Muk Gaipu Me, meaning keep going, be strong, not to give up. So
know, it's a really good day. For some reason, I don't usually get nervous, but I guess where it's coming from, it's just relief, the songs and what this project's gonna do. It's gonna, just watch, you'll be amazed. It's gonna help you. You're gonna hear stories. And the other day I was talking to somebody about songs, and a lot of people may not know this, but song is our first language. That's when you talked about, the kids in the womb. Song is our first language from the spirit world, and that's so true. That's so true. Lost a share, but anything else?
Oh, I'm good. Just
Yeah.
keep singing and just
Yeah.
sing, people. Just sing.
Sing. Keep singing.
Just sing.
Okay.
So thank you. So what we're gonna do, and I know I want to get a couple more songs. And so I'm gonna actually, and then we are gonna have, if there is any questions, if folks who are listening have any questions on the webinar, you can just post them in the Q&A. And so if there is any questions that you want to ask any of our panelists, feel free to do so. The other piece too, I'm gonna bring it over back to Jayda for one more song, and then I'm gonna go back to Leo and Priscilla. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a song that's on the album. Whichever that you are feeling that you would like to share, feel free. So we'll go back to Jayda, and then we're gonna pass it over and end with a song from Leo and Priscilla. And of course, if there's any questions, we will respond to those as well. Off to you, Jayda.
All right, I'll just share a little bit about the other song that I sang on the album. This song was actually gifted to me from my uncle, Gray Eagle Cardinal. I was actually going through a hard time a few months after I turned 18. And I expressed how I was feeling to my Uncle Jordan. And, he called my Muslim. And my Muslim told him that, it was important for me to go into ceremony and to fast for 4 days. And, I did. And it just so happened that this song came to my Uncle Gray in a dream. And right before I was about to go in and start my fast, he came and gifted me the song, and he sang it once. And I went in, and, throughout my 4 days, I learned that song. I got better at singing it. And yeah, the first person that came to mind when he had that dream was me, because it, it connects to my spirit name, my Indian name, my Cree name, enâtawâstemikweyahk. And I know the Cree words, but I don't want to say them and I'm wrong. So just listen and you guys can translate. Agame mo kay kay po me hey sang me nan agama wa take spell agame mo kay kay po me Sa we may nan agama wa take kai po me hey hey I oh hey hey oh hey hey oh sa me na agama wa tikes Akame mo kay kay po me hey hey I oh hey hey oh hey hey oh. Thank you.
Thank you, Jayda. And so we will move it over to Leo and Priscilla.
Thank you, Jayda.
Hey, hi, Jayda. Hey, hi.
Such a beautiful song.
Beautiful song.
And you sing it so beautifully.
Gentle. Okay, we're going to sing a song that's, it's not on the album, but I spoke about it earlier, about the 2010 Olympics, the grandmother's song. We need it today. Bless us, grandmother, keep us, grandmother. So we'll sing that one.
I'll share a little bit about it.
Okay.
This song came the
Years ago.
late 1990s, before 2000. And it came, you want me to speak about it?
Yeah.
Or you want to speak? It came up about in a series of dreams for Leo, and
Lover, my lover.
it's kind of hard. So when you're speaking English, I feel weird calling him Leo, you
My
know?
love.
I need to call, I could usually call him my dear or my love at home, but now we got to find a name that I can call you on Zoom and that, because I'm not comfortable with Leo. Anyway, in a series of dreams, this kukum, the spiritual kukum, was coming to him and giving him teachings of the woman and the woman's pipe. And finally, in one of the I guess the final dream, was it the final?
Yeah.
It was in just by our house here towards the north. There was like a sweat, the ribs of a sweat. It wasn't covered, but it was the ribs of the sweat. And we were sitting in there. We were sitting on the north direction, and the grandmother was sitting on the south facing north. And as Leo describes it, she was translucent. You could see through her, beautiful long hair. And she spoke fluent Cree as she was speaking. And she had the pipe, and this pipe was kind of like a pink crystal type, the stone part. And she would go to each direction, the east direction, and she would explain the teachings there. And with each direction, she would lift the pipe. And then once she finished sharing the teachings, she would lift the pipe, and that side of the sweat, the rib would light up. And it's a glow that, it's not an earthly glow that we see here on earth. It's this different type of a glow. And she would share, and with each direction that those ribs would light up. And then towards the ending of that process, she said, I want to show you the power of woman. And she lifted the pipe, and then she brought it to Mother Earth, and then the whole ribs lit up. Everything just lit up. So after that, Leo, he was trying to come up with a song that would honor her for coming to share these teachings with him. And he was wondering why him, like woman's teachings, why him, right, back then. But as time went on, he's slowly understanding why. But and he was sitting outside on our deck, and he started singing the song that we're going to share with you. And back then we had the tape recorders. He was taping his the song as he sang it outside. Beautiful day like this. It was towards the evening, beautiful, calm. And he started singing it, and he was recording himself. And then after he was done, he played it back, and he was listening to it. And then as he was listening to it, he could hear thunder in the background. but there was no thunder happening. So then later, not long after, he sang it in a sweat lodge with one of our elders. And he really loved the song. And this elder was going to a sweat lodge. Well, the elder we have on our album, late Joe P., he came and asked, he came here and he asked Leo to come and mitutse, go and sweat. So Leo went and he told him, "Nigga mo, sing that song. I'll tell you when anyway." So Leo said, okay. So in that lodge, when he was guided prompted by late Joe to sing, he sang it. And in that sweat, beautiful day like this, it was in the afternoon, the thunder came in. And the Uskapel outside was like, "You guys okay in there?" You probably didn't understand. Like, so the thunder, he knew that the song was special. The song had beautiful energy and the power to heal. Even the word power sounds strange in English. It's not really, it's a word, suksin, like strength. It had strength. And so we started singing the song, and we would share it with people, and then people would come back to us telling us their stories of how the song impacted them or how it helped in their healing process. And I remember this one story. This dad comes to Leo and says, "My son goes to daycare. He's only 3 years old, and he has to bring your CD to daycare. 3 years old." And that one day he forgot the CD and he just didn't want to go to daycare. He didn't want to get off the vehicle and go in. So the daycare had to purchase CDs for every room to play the grandmother's song for the children. The children gravitate to this song. We most of the stories that come back are about the children wanting to hear this song and singing it. So when we hear children sing it, it's like, wow. It just shows, like, as Terry was saying, as Amber was saying, the kids are singing and their kids will sing it. This song hopefully will be sung for generations. So we want to share the song with you. We call it the grandmother song because of honoring her for coming to give Leo teachings. And what we're saying in there is Asawayim Nan, bless us. Nimama, that means, that's kind of English about mother. And Ganawayim Nan, keep us, mother.
Okay, now when it came, that song many years ago, it was through the rattle. It wasn't through the drum. It was amazing how that happened. And then I introduced the drum to that song after. So it's through a CC one. So we'll sing it a couple of verses. Okay. Well, back then we used to song, was real crispy, real high. Really high and really crispy. And to boot? Yeah, to boot. I still have that cassette from way back then. And I played it.
Don't age us with too many ways. Just one way back.
Okay. Back in the day then, okay. Okay, I better shut up and just sing. Hey, hey.
Thank you for sharing that with us. So we do have a couple questions that are in the Q&A, and so I'm just going to go to those. There was some comments and some questions. One of the questions was that in a Western whitewash world, we have come to understand meditation as an appropriated, often Western version of sitting quietly, perceiving the self quietly, quieting the mind, connecting inward, all of which is very fine and well. While I understand the power of song and sacred vibrations, can someone please speak to Indigenous connection between traditional songs and meditation?
In regards to traditional songs and meditation,
Yes.
that meditation is an English word for us, what we've been doing all along. And I remember late Joe P would teach us when we were in a sweat with him. He would teach and he'd give a teaching, and he said it's the connection from the mind to the heart. And our connection, that connection could be an arduous one, meaning a difficult one sometimes. And we have our ceremonies, particularly the sweat lodge, of where you have that place to meditate and to connect mind to heart and spirit. And it's in a quiet space, and in the lodge it's dark, so your mind is not busy with other things. You're able to be in that space to connect. And we've had this ceremony for a long time, and our elders, Moy Quinta, just like our elders said, Moy Quinta, they didn't do things for nothing. There was a reason, and we see those benefits today, that the healing energies and power of being in a sweat lodge ceremony and being in that space to meditate. And the traditional songs come in. The songs come in from our ancestors, like we said, through dreams, or how it's meant to come through that the human person to be sung, and they're sung in that space. And those songs, the rattle, use of the rattle and the drum, those are our tools to use to bring that connection to our ancestors, is what we learned. And when the rattle is being shook and the drum is being sung, the vibrations that go to the heart, and it moves your energy. And in your that state of meditation, you're in that space of connection and you're connecting to your mind, heart, and spirit. That connection that gives you strength to be able to walk out of that lodge and be grounded and be able to do the tasks that you're meant to be doing in a good way. So it's the vibrations of the music, of the drumming and the rattling and the songs, in combination with that safe place, like the mother's womb. It symbolizes the mother's womb, right? You go into a different space when you're in the lodge, when you close your eyes and you meditate. Everyone has their own different experiences in those spaces, and it's unique to them. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Priscilla. And I think, did you want to add anything?
Sure. I think that one of the other things that I've observed over my years is that those songs are sung purposefully. And so, you know, when there's songs that are being sung in, you know, in ceremony or even just wherever, you know, because ceremony is all around us, that all of those songs have stories. There's stories attached to the songs, where they come from and what the purpose of that song is, where it's to be sung, if there's, you know, moments that it needs to be sung. And I'll use one quick example. My father passed away on May 4th. And during the time when we were preparing him to go home, we were busy. We were really busy. Like my sisters and I, we were constantly on the go. We were moving, we were preparing everything. Because of COVID, we had to, you know, be the only ones who were doing all that work. And it wasn't until one evening where Grey Eagle and Clyde and all the girls and Jordan came to sing for my dad and for our family. And there was a song that was sung, and Grey Eagle explained it to me just a couple days ago about why that song was sung. And it's a song about going home. And it wasn't until that moment where that song was being sung where I was able to just be still. And she was next to me. And I had this, it was this moment of clarity. It was this moment of realization. It was this moment of deep pain and something I've never felt before. But I was able to close my eyes and just be with that song and be with what I was feeling. And although I wasn't able to breathe well when this was happening for me, it was necessary. Regardless of what was happening for me, it was necessary. And so I think about how, again, songs have purpose, and there's a meaning as to when those songs are sung and why. And my mom said to me later, when her and I were talking, she said, "It was in that song, my girl, where I felt your dad go. I felt him leave." And I know that's what we were all feeling, you know. And again, when I spoke with Grey Eagle, because I didn't know, you know, I could hear the song, but I didn't know all the meaning of that song. And it wasn't until Grey Eagle and I sat down, you know, weeks later, where he explained that song to me, and he explained why that song was sung at that time, and I got it. And so again, I think that there's intention and there's purpose, and I think that that's part of the connection between being still and that and songs will ask you or invite you to be still. And so I think that that's part of it as well.
Thank you for sharing that and adding that story. I think that I remember when we were in the recording studio, and I don't know if you were there yet, but there was Leo and Priscilla were singing, and another song kept coming. And I don't know if you remember that. And I remember all of us said, "Let it come, sing," because that wasn't the song that they wanted to sing for the album. And he would sing, he would start, and then the other song would come, and we would stop, and we said, "Sing it, you know, just sing it out." And obviously there's a purpose. There's a purpose, right, to that. And so, and we understand that. And so there is another question here, which is a good question. So first of all, I want to express my gratitude for the song makers and singers who share the good medicine of song. As a recent MSW graduate and a therapist in training at a Native clinic, can these songs be used in a therapeutic setting and shared with Indigenous community members?
I'll comment on that. Yes, songs, like Amber mentioned, songs, any type of songs, but the songs, you know, for our people, they help you breathe. to help you calm, to help you laugh. Songs validate that, and you can use them in your healing in the setting. We do that a lot in our, and you guys know that, you know, we help someone. Songs takes those pains away and those, you know, those sadness away. Songs will heal you. They're healers.
And that's one of the reasons why we made the CDs. Was we were talking one day and I said, what about people who don't have singers in a home? They don't have the drum, they don't have the rattle, they don't have that, and they want to have those songs in their home. So that's why we made the CDs, so people can use them and bring them into their home. And we've also been asked by some therapists if they could use the CD in their circles or when they're in therapy. And we said yes.
Yeah.
You know, we gave them the CD and they used the song. I know Dr. Jane Symington requested a CD to use in her circles with Indigenous clients, or it's not only Indigenous clients she works with, it's people of all races. And we said yes, that's what they're there for. They're there to help with the healing. They're there to help. So yeah, they use them in their clinics and in their circles.
Yep.
That's why we made the CDs. Oh, the other thing about making the CDs, we had to make sure that these are songs that can be shared in those type of settings, but we don't put ceremonial songs into the CDs because those ceremonial songs are meant, like you said, there's a purpose, right? And those are for those spaces. These songs we sing are to be shared with people, you know, for celebration and healing and connection.
Thank you for that. So the other question that we had was, and this was earlier, if we could hear more of your songs. The other comment was, will the meditation album be a hard copy album as well? So it is being launched today on YouTube with a link. So it should be opened, I believe, after the event. And so if you just Google it, we have it on the link, and then we are just working on some other stuff to get it up on other music platforms, but the album will be available on YouTube. And so it's easy to access. It is free. There was never an intent to profit off this resource. It was done in collaboration with obviously our artist at MacEwan University and our Department of Music. They are asking about, so we've been asked if we're going to do hard copies. We are not sure yet at this point. If there is a number of requests of folks wanting a hard copy CD, then we will definitely look at that. And then folks are just asking where they could get access to your album, Leo and Priscilla.
If you could, I don't know who would put my email address. You can contact me through email. Maybe Terry, you can put my email up there, and then we can connect from there. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. So we are going to wrap up. And I just want to thank our panelists for joining us today and being a part of this project. And I was just saying, as you're talking, Priscilla, you know, what the next album is going to look like, and you know, the hopes and the resources that we know that our communities need. And I think that, you know, when you share that, not every home has a singer. You know, there's so many of our homes that don't have singers. And I think that it's so important that we can create and come into these homes or in the car or in these home fires and create these spaces. So
Terry's going to start a production company. I think is going to.
Well, Wapigeo Squell
Productions.
I don't send me any emails. She's kidding.
Email her.
Oh my gosh. So the album link is in the chat. It's in there. So it is accessible. We actually, again, I was talking about how I was sharing with her on the keynotes, the album. But there's one that I did purposely in there, and it's around 2 minutes. It's 1 to 2 minutes, and it's a breathing exercise. And it was really important because oftentimes when we are teaching, or we are going into a meeting, or we need just a couple minutes to breathe. It was so important to have a short piece. And so we do have that available. There is longer pieces as well that were contributed with spoken word. Yeah, so there is the link. And hi, Darlene.
Hello.
And so we were just closing off, and I was going to ask Leo and Priscilla to close off with a song, but I don't know if there's anything that you wanted to add, Darlene, before.
Sure. It was really awesome working on this project with you, Terry, and Priscilla and Leo and everyone. I think that for a long, long time, we've really needed this. Like, I've gotten so many comments about how excited people are to get the album, and for a meditation album to be recorded in Cree. They're just so excited about it. So just really grateful that I've been a part of it. And I think that a lot of people are going to benefit from the album. And especially at this time of COVID, it's just coming at a great time. Yeah.
Thank you, Darlene. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And we will close off with a song from Leo and Priscilla. Whatever song that you want to share with us.
Okay. One of the things about songs too is there any song, guitar, flute, you know. Hey, where's Joel anyway? I thought he'd be on here. Our nephew Joel, you know, and I never seen him, but too bad he couldn't make it. But hi anyway, because he was part of it too. But thank you ladies for assembling, getting this together. It's going to help. And the song we're gonna sing, it's on the meditation album. It's the Rattle Song. So we'll close off with that song and enjoy and keep up the good work, everybody.
And what we're saying in this song is
Enâtawâstemikweyahk, kanikamoyan. I'm grateful to be singing Ogisigo Spirit. Hey, hey.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for, again, for sharing that with us. And the link is in the chat, and we will share the link on the live Facebook feed as well. And so go and take a listen, everybody. And thank you. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi.